rendition of the anthem gets us started, and we're going to be set for hockey momentarily. Just finishing off the lineup for St. John's. Seth Murray and Paul Edson will be the defense pairing, and Kyle Martin, the transfer in from Westford Academy, the junior, will get the start between the pipes. From Malden Catholic, it'll be, it looks like down to our left, starting in goal, will be Alex Reeses, the senior out of Arlington. On defense, Will Lawrence and Pat Harrington. And then up front, the Philippe line with Matt Philippe in the middle. And on his left will be Cam Walter, and on his right will be Austin Goldstein. So some familiar guys. There's no secrets between these two, Mark. And, you know, it's just going to be St. John's has to play a smart game. They know that. And MC, you know, looking to keep that record intact. They do have a tie on the record now with CM coming back a couple of weeks ago and tying them at 3. And here we go. Play underway. MC wins the draw back to the defense. Lawrence and Harrington play catch. Now Harrington starts up the left cautiously. Tries to find Walter. Walter just redirects, and first on it is Goldstein in deep. Goldstein cycles it over to Walter, back to Goldstein behind the net. He's checked there by Seth Murray. Goldstein follows and gets it back to Lawrence, who will wing it down the boards, and on it there is Edson, Paul Edson, trying to get it up to Kyle Lynch. He's pinched there by Philippe. Lynch banks it off the backboards to Murray, and they've got a little bit of ice. Kyle Hentosh, the sophomore out of Peabody, gets it up to Falter. Falter can't get it by Lawrence, and now Hentosh follows, and Lawrence picks it out of the fray and sends Philippe away. Nice move. Philippe lays it off for Goldstein, looking for Philippe back, but nice play by Murray to get in the passing lane, and they quickly get it over to Lynch, who gets it to center ice. Good step up by Will Lawrence, who backhands it in deep, and they will go for a change. Murray circles back. He's got some room. Long pass up for Scarborough. Scarborough tries to lay it back for McNamara, but a good back check by Botticelli intercepts that one. Over to Jack Adams, can't clear. Brian Groom keeps it in. It takes a big hit from Botticelli. And now Adams, centering pass, intercepted by McNamara, gets it to Latham, quickly to Scarborough, the shot, and a goal!
Oh, big goal there for Prep on the turnover, Paul. And quick transition inside the offensive zone, and that's Tyler Scarborough getting the senior captain from Revere, Mass, putting St. John's Prep up early here. 13:40 remaining in the first period, so St. John's Prep scoring, striking first here, Paul.
Yeah, minute 20 in, a great heads-up play. You described it perfectly, Mark. It was an interception by McNamara, who got it to Latham, and then they found Scarborough alone. So nice heads-up play, and the Prep breaks on top, and McNamara should also get an assist there, but they announce it. Scarborough from Latham, and an MHL assist goes to McNamara as well.
Right, I got 15 from 10 and 12, Paul.
Sprinkle the infield for the tri-captains, the senior forwards. Great heads-up play.
McNamara, correct?
Yeah, as we say, no relation, but a good player, Teddy McNamara. We do have a Teddy McNamara in my family, but Prep grad from 05. Lawrence sends it in deep, and circling back on it is Usalis. Usalis up for Groom, and Jeff Coles redirects it in. Coles going hard for it. Stone on it there. Sam Stone picks it up, trying to find Newton in front. Scott Newton now can't get it by Lawrence, and Lawrence backs it off the boards up to Philippe. Philippe, good back check there by Stone to take it away. They get it to Newton, who dumps it in deep off the boards.
Yeah, the Prep seem to have a little extra jump in their step here, Paul, to start the game.
They got a great jump, and that's needed out here against MC. Nice play by Newton up high. Number 13, Scott Newton, very smart player for the Prep. And a good job there, circling back up high. Now Philippe able to get it to center ice, but Montesano back on it there. And now Josh Cole pumps it back to his partner Montesano, who's trying to find a breaking Kyle Lynch. Intercepted by Goldstein, can't get it over to Walter, and the puck is loose on the far side. Billy Falter now. Good pass up for Lynch. Good follow here by Hentosh, 2-on-1. And what a play back there by Shula. Matt Shula, 24, laid the stick down Derek Sanderson style.
I would like to see Hentosh take that shot. He had the play going to the net, had an open look at the goaltender there, but tried to make a difficult pass. Good play by the defenseman.
MC's a little out of sync here. The Justin Collins line has only been out there for about 10 seconds, and Coach McLean trying to match up, and now nice play by White to knock it off the boards. A 2-on-1 from MC. It's Botticelli in. Makes a nice move around Martin, but he was already by the goal line, so his pass went through the crease. Goldstein was closing hard on the net. A good play by the defense. Murray to play that 2-on-1, and now Brendan White far in the deep in the left wing corner. Gets it back to the point. Harrington sends a long wrister and bounces off of Jack Adams into the corner. Botticelli cycles down to Adams. Adams with some skating room deep in the corner. Lays it back to Lawrence. He fans partially, and Hentosh able to get body on it and get it to center and go for a change.
Yeah, nice feed there by Adams back to Lawrence, and the captain unable to get a lot of wood or graphite on that shot call.
Harrington carries it over the line and dumps it, takes a hit for his efforts there. Adams right on it, back to Lawrence. Long shot through wide. I think that was a half pass, half shot. And now skating out is Latham. Nick Latham up through center, and Adams a good job to back check and negate Latham's rush, and Harrington has it back deep in his own end. Gets it to Lawrence, who bounces it off the boards for Adams. Adams has been out there a long time. He's got to change, and now he does skate to the bench. Usalis pass around, intercepted by Collins, who dumps it deep at the prep, able to skate it out here. McNamara up the left wing, long wrister off the stick of Witkowski. Scarbo's going to race Shula for it. Shula wins that race and gets it to Witkowski. He's on his off wing, cuts to the middle, gets it up for Goldstein, but it comes back the other way, and good job by Witkowski. Lawrence to poke it off McNamara's stick, and here comes Witkowski into the circle, saved by Martin up high on the wrister by Witkowski. MC with a little jump here, and Philippe tries to jam it. Tough angle there. MC's been caught with different lines out there. They haven't had the same line, the line combination out there a lot, and now
playing really mixing it up a little bit here early, just trying to get some life into the team. I think they came out a little flat. He recognized that. Is trying to light a fire under his voice here. I mean, they're down 1-0, and they're gonna see a tough battle here against St. John's. Really like number 2 Paul Edson. He talks about how young St. John's prep is. Freshman, big kid, 6'3" out of Beverly, Massachusetts.
Yeah, 2 freshman defensemen out of the top 4 pairing, out of the top 4 defensemen for the prep. They've got the third pair out there now with Montesano and Cole, and quickly they get it to Sam Stone, a sophomore here. Stone dumps it in deep and goes hard for it. Centering pass intercepted by Walter, but kept in by Montesano at the point. Jeff Coles and Sam Stone fight for it there, but Philippe picks it out of the fray and sends it up for Goldstein in his skates, and he can't control. Now Philippe, good support there to steal a bouncing puck. Philippe with a move down the far wall. Philippe is in, and good play by Josh Cole to poke it off his stick right in front. Nice play by Walter, back for Harrington, stolen by Jeff Coles. Here comes Coles, partial breakaway. It's a 2-on-1, and good back check by Harrington. Boy, Will Lawrence played that well, and end of the shift, those guys were a little bit tired, but opportunity nonetheless.
Stone saw the space there, but again, Harrington just chugging back, making a nice play there to back check on the back check there.
Montesano long pass up for Hentosh, who's able to knock it off the boards into the zone, but Adams quickly back on it over to Harrington, up to Botticelli with the breakout. Botticelli a move. Botticelli right down the lane, poked away by Edson. Now Botticelli gets it behind the net to Adams, quickly back to Lawrence. He can't control it, and jumps to center ice. Good cover up by Lawrence over to Harrington, back to Lawrence with a lot of skating room. Will Lawrence up over the line, off the boards for Adams, follows, and good play by Edson right here, number 2 on number 2, Edson on Adams. A couple of tall ships there.
A couple of big boys.
Adams not a strong pass by Botticelli there, and intercepted by Hentosh, who dumps it, and they will take the opportunity to change. Botticelli now looking for Adams. Good step up by Edson again. Good anticipation by Paul Edson, the freshman. Scarbough now forechecking on Harrington in deep. Good job of forechecking by the prep here as Latham ties up Lawrence. A good support by Seth Murray, sends it around, and there's Latham just off the deck. Throws it behind to Scarbough. Scarbough turns, cross ice to McNamara. Great save.
There, Paul. Big opportunity there for the prep.
Yeah, good puck movement by the prep. Adams now the other way, over the line, in the middle of the Botticelli. Loses it off his stick, follows now, it's loose in front. Back to the point, Shula with the support through a screen. Save by Martin, a second save by Martin. Corey Goldstein on his knees takes another shot, and Martin covers that one up.
Boy, Goldstein scrapping away there in the crease, as you said, Paul. And, again, Martin coming up real big, holding strong there low, and Seth Murray, the junior defenseman, all 5'10" of them doing everything he could to
Mark,
Goldstein out of the front.
Great story on Seth Murray. He's been a forward his whole life, and he knew that quick shot off the faceoff and a save by Martin there, but Seth Murray knew that you know, the numbers weren't going to be that deep on defense, and he volunteered to go back, and he's done a terrific job this year as a defenseman.
Yeah, the Eagles looking pretty strong in front of their goaltender so far.
Collins wins the draw to Witkowski. Witkowski circles and gets it behind the net to Corey Goldstein. He's pinned there by Usalis, but he's able to walk out now. Martin at the crease trying to hold that post with two MC players, Collins and Goldstein, fighting on the ice, along with a couple of prep kids there. That's also Usalis, I think, and Scott Newton.
Yeah, you wonder if Coach McLean has said something to his team prior to the game in the locker room, because we've seen a couple of players now trying to stuff that around the post, a couple of wraparounds. Philippe trying it earlier, and then another wraparound there, trying to get it short side. And looks like there's an equipment problem there for goaltender Martin, and also not a bad time to get a breather after
exactly
activity.
Yeah, you only get one timeout. That's sort of a disguised timeout there, as Martin has a legitimate issue. It looks like a clip on the side of his helmet, maybe the face mask. And funny, oftentimes this happens. There's an official right there to make sure that everything's on the up and up, but they trust Kyle Martin. Yeah. Brett Igo, a little gamesmanship. Getting a comment from Brooke Igo here on that, I think.
Yeah, we got Brooke on the camera today.
Collins and Newton on the draw. Newton banks it off the boards, but it comes back to Hopkins. A long shot in and a save made there. Chris Hopkins has been injured most of the year. He just started playing the last couple of games, and number 21 for MC. We saw a lot of them last year, and now getting an opportunity also with McLean out. So.
Yeah, senior out of Malden, good steady defenseman back there. Certainly would be probably a first-line defenseman on many other teams. And the Eagles got to be careful here. You can feel the momentum starting, the ice starting to tilt a little bit their way with 6:52 remaining in the first period.
Yeah, a little more than halfway through the first. It's 1-0 St. John's. Didn't realize we may not have the scoreboard up there and the clock. So remember to keep you posted on that. Groom now trying to get it up the boards for Hentosh. Falter now joins, and Walter and Philippe picks it out of there. Philippe goes right to left. Shot is blocked by the defense of the prep, or rather by Kyle Lynch, the forward. MC keeps the pressure on here. Groom trying to find Hentosh, but it comes to Schuler. The shot knocked down by Falter's right hand and onto the stick of Hentosh. Prep bench wanting a holding call on Hopkins. Here's a 2-on-1. Groom headed for the net. Nice play by Schuler. That's twice he's been caught on a 2-on-1 and intercepted the pass.
Beautifully, got right into the middle of the body. What a nice play by big number 24.
Austin Goldstein pass for Lawrence. Now missing him. Boy, Philippe is looking a little frustrated. He was going 100 miles an hour on that one, and Usalis was able to, I think it was Usalis, able to just get there in time and get it away from Matt Philippe. Here's Scarborough, puck jumps loose. He goes by Hopkins just off the bench. Scarborough in deep with McNamara in front. Nice play by Reeses to get the goalie stick out there and deflect that pass. Scarborough hustling, loses. This is White at center ice, poked off his stick by Montesano, and now sent in deep. We're going to get a penalty call here on Will Lawrence for a cross check.
Lawrence going to get called behind the play for the cross check, as he was battling down there with Latham, number 10, and Latham took the stick right to the back, went down, and we're going to get a penalty here at, what is that, 10?
9:25, I think. 9:25 of the first.
9:25 of the first goes the cross check. First
And
penalty
that's,
of the game.
like you said, Mark, Latham and Lawrence have been tangling all game. A couple of times they got caught in the corner, and won't be the end of that. A kid from Reading and a kid from Salem. They get it back to Edson behind the net. Will start the power play up. He gets it to Murray. Murray down the left wing. Will slow it down now. Looks for Hentosh in the corner. Hentosh and Schuler race for it there. And three prep guys behind the net, and just Schuler for MC. Great job by Schuler to kill time. And now Witkowski.
Precious seconds off that clock.
Witkowski picks it out and wrists it, and it goes off Billy Falter's stick up into the netting. And you know, this has been one area of frustration for the prep, has been the power play. They haven't taken full advantage of it like they can, and I think they're just
a little timid coming up the ice there, Paul.
Yeah,
the Paul was carrying the puck up and everybody was trailing, but 55 seconds remaining on the power play.
Philippe and Austin Goldstein now out there up front for MC on the penalty kill. Paul Edson back for St. John's. Will skate it up the left side, finds Murray. This was the play last time too. Murray now hammers it off the boards, goes all the way around, and first on it is Kyle Lynch. Hentosh kicks it back to Lynch. Now Lynch with a little bit of room. Lynch looking for Edson, poked off the stick of Yanakopoulos. Here's Philippe, short-handed bid, lays it in the middle to Goldstein, headed for the net, and the net comes off, and there's no penalty call. And it was a good back check. They might have called interference, but good back checking. I believe it was Murray.
Yeah, Murray on the back check there, and sending player right into the post, so the faceoff's going to come outside the zone with 24 seconds remaining on the power play, and you know, good physical play there. Could you have called maybe a hook or something?
I'll tell you, MC traditionally loves those short-handed breakouts and rushes, and they get guys like Philippe and Goldstein and Witkowski and you know, anybody out there. They model after Sifferlin and Ari from last year. I mean, those guys love playing short-handed. Aaron Nazarian. Scarborough now on the far side. Penalty clock down to 4 seconds. Good play, back to Groom, through a screen, deflected and a goal!
That puck was deflected out in front of Reeses, Paul. I think it went off of the defenseman, though, and I believe the goal is going to go to Brian Groom from the point. Big 6'2" junior out of Burlington, Massachusetts. I believe he's going to get the goal as Reeses was partially screened, and the puck looked like it hit something on the way in. I'm sure Pat Surrey will have the replay up for everybody.
I mean, it looked like a harmless play over there with the penalty clock running down. Scarborough took it over the line, and you know, he centered it back deep. He had a couple of guys there. You know, might have been McNamara, who we'll see if he can earn an assist on this one. But nonetheless, Groom sent it through the screen. Here they come again. Cole's a shot, saved by Reeses. So they give it a Groom from Scarborough. Yeah. It's not a power play goal. It was 2 seconds after the penalty clock had expired. But, you know, MC was probably breathing a sigh of relief, and that's a dangerous time. As my son Mike always tells me, the 15 seconds right after a penalty is dangerous for either side.
Sure is. As is a 2-goal lead, too, so let's see what happens here.
She's not a good flow at center ice here. Finally, Adams, and that play is close to offsides, but he gets over the line. Adams, a wrister saved by Martin, and he covers up with Botticelli right there, looking for the rebound, and now Adams lays some lumber or some composite on the back of either Stone or Usalis there, but
helping him with that back issue there, trying to stretch him out a little bit, but boy, I tell you, they got to be careful. MC does not want to find their way back into the penalty box here. 3:18 remaining in a first period where the Eagles have come out flying and lead the Lancers 2-0.
And MC is throwing the fourth line out there. Is a kind of a coaching hello, but these guys can play. DeMichaelis battles along the boards. Now Hentosh able to break it out for St. John's, over to Lynch on the right wing. Lynch will take a long wrister in. He's watched closely by Hopkins there, goes over the head of Reeses, deep into the left wing corner. Now they try to get it up the boards. This is Wren, Sean Wren, stolen by Lynch. Shot goes wide. Hentosh following, and a backhander by Falter and a save by Reeses. So
boy, I tell you, Reeses had to be at the ready for that one. That puck trickled right out onto 16 stick, and as you said, he got a nice little. Falter got a nice little tip into the pads, almost going 5-hole between Reeses' pads there. But boy, that would have been an interesting 3-0 lead if that had gone in. 2:48 remaining, 2-0 St. John's Prep.
Montesano will pinch over there. Corey Goldstein can't get it by Jack Montesano, and now Harrington pokes it up looking for Collins, but sending it in deep is McNamara off the pad of Reeses there. Now Collins circles back.
Yeah, Will Lawrence playing a little physical there, and good play on his part.
Witkowski leaves it for Collins, but his drop pass intercepted. McNamara gives chase. He and Scarborough double teaming Harrington, but Harrington sends it up the boards, and Witkowski circles back for MC and bags it off the boards for Justin Collins. Collins now over the red line, sends it in deep all the way around. First there will be Montesano and Corey Goldstein, and Witkowski on his off wing will follow up, but his backhand pass intercepted by Josh Cole. Cole for the prep, up over the red line smartly, dumps it in, and will head to the bench.
It's always hard to tell, the absence of a key player like McLean, but they do seem out of sorts, Paul, especially back on the defense. I know they're shifting up their lines a little bit, but really not a couple of turnovers here already.
Yannikopoulos can't get it by the forecheck of Stone, and Shula has to circle back, gets it to Yannikopoulos now, and they'll slow it down. They play catch behind the net on their off wings, or off defense points rather. Yannikopoulos now smartly up the middle to Philippe. Philippe 1-on-4. Philippe can't get by Seth Murray. He does reach the puck first on the backboards. He loves to operate behind the goal line there, and now surveys the situation, goes kind of coast to coast, sends it in deep. I think he thought Shula was headed down the boards, but Goldstein gets it there. Philippe on it again. He's got Velcro on that stick, Matt Philippe.
Yeah, he just does such a nice job of creating space and openings for his teammates.
Walter back to Shula, through a screen, deflected on a save. This is more the MC we've grown used to seeing, where they buzz and nobody touches the puck, and they just kind of create scoring chances from everywhere. That time Shula threw a long screen and bounced a couple of times, but Martin stayed true to the angle.
Real impressed by Kyle Martin so far. Like
very
you said,
good
Paul,
goal.
Very square to the puck.
Very good goal.
Good fundamentals here.
Under a minute to go. Philippe on the draw with Billy Falter. MC controls now. Walter leaves it for Philippe. Philippe calmly pressured by Usalis, and finally it jumps loose onto the stick of Groom, who's got a goal here. Brian Groom with a goal, making it 2-0 St. John's. We're in the final minute of play in period number 1. Usalis now steps up to intercept the pass up the boards, and Walter circles back, cross ice. I mean, MC they're not connecting on passes, and it's a lot of that's because St. John's is playing them pretty tight.
St. John's is playing them very tight, and I'm sure Coach McLean's going to have a lot to say about this in the locker room between periods.
Harrington to Philippe, and that time they stood up across the blue line, and you know, sometimes I've heard an MC parent or two complain that the prep plays a trap. I haven't seen really a trap. That's the closest right there when, hey, you're in the last minute, you get a 2-goal lead. Yeah, line some guys up on the blue line.
Right.
Make it difficult, you know?
Make them force it in, make them throw it in deep, take more time off the clock, and keep the puck away from your goaltender.
On the draw will be Botticelli. Yeah, and Latham is thrown out of there. Scarborough wins it for the prep and sends it down. It's going to be icing again with now under 10 seconds. We're down to 9 clicks left here. And Mark, we want to tell everybody to stay tuned. We're going to have a chance to talk to Phil Stacey from the Salem News, a guy that knows a lot about high school hockey on the North Shore and has followed the prep and Malden Catholic, but follows a lot of the North Shore League teams as well. So, Northeast Conference
still around here with us.
Latham wins the draw and just tries to kill time here as the clock winds down. We're down to 2, we're down to 1, and he does a good job with Brendan White all over him and able to get out of the period and maintain a 2-0 lead for St. John's Prep after 1. And there's going to be some paint coming off the walls in the Malden Catholic dressing room, locker room.
Great first period for St. John's Prep, though. They did everything that I'm sure Coach wanted them to set out to do, carried the early momentum, really never had any lulls, got the power play, didn't score on the power play, but scored shortly thereafter. So two-goal lead for them after 1.
I think the magic word you used right there, Mark, was momentum. And, you know, things happened early, a turnover by MC. It looked like a harmless play, but the prep jumped right on it. It was the first shift for the trio of seniors out there on the line together, and Tyler Scarborough snuck down the left wing, his off wing, and he was all alone in front, and they got the puck to him, and he got it by Alex Reeses a minute 20 into the game, and that set the tone, and MC just looked a little off kilter for a good part of the period, and then Will Lawrence did take a penalty at 9:25, as you said. 2 seconds after that penalty ran out, the prep had the puck in the MCN, and again, it looked like a harmless play. Scarborough was just trying to center it, went all the way over to Groom, who, you know, took 2 steps and just let it fly through a screen, and it went in and made it 2-0, and that's where we stand.
Really not a whole lot Reeses could have done on either one of those goals. So, I mean, it's not like he hasn't played well, and, you know, they are playing without McLean. You wonder, you know, what kind of effect that has on the defensive pairings a little bit. Maybe they were out of sorts coming into the period, but, you know, I know we'll see probably a different tempo from Malden Catholic as we get ready for the second period. So, you know, again, great start for the Eagles, but, you know, we know how the Lancers can come in waves as they have in the past, and I think we're going to get Phil Stacey now to join you, Paul, and we'll have Phil jump in, and I'm going to give him my headset and let you talk to Phil. I'll give you the duties.
Yeah, Mark being from the other side of the bridge, you know, he's not that familiar with all things North Shore, so we'll have to stick to some good North Shore talk. And
That always sounds good to me. No problem there.
So we're right here, Phil. We want to make sure we get the brand
Oh yeah,
placed
go right
properly
ahead.
as
Yeah,
well.
no problem, no problem.
But first of all, Phil, great to see you. I know every
Thank you,
day
Paul.
you're out
Appreciate
here.
it.
You know, everybody. It's a short season through the winter, and we got to take advantage of high school hockey. And
Yeah, no
it's
question.
been an interesting season. Have you seen much of the Catholic Conference this year?
This is my third time seeing St. John's, and all within the last 3 or 4 weeks. I saw the game that they played in Malden a few weeks back.
Right.
That was a good game, 4-2. Malden Catholic won, and then I saw them beat Xaverian last week. So
Yep.
I'm starting to get a handle on St. John's prep a little bit. You know what combinations work, what not. Really like the two freshman defensemen they have, Timmy Usalis and Paul Edson.
Yep.
Big, rangy,
Yeah,
really
they,
smart with the puck, I feel like.
you know, it's a hackneyed expression, but they play beyond their years.
Yes, I would agree with that.
Smart players.
And they feel comfortable pairing them together, which, you know, this isn't Division III hockey. You know, this is high level, you know, public parochial hockey. So for them to play together is nice.
I mean, a lot of folks know that out of the 7 or 8 defensemen the Prep had last year, I think 5 or 6 of them were seniors. So they knew there was going to be kind of a change in personnel. I mean, that's just, you know, that's a bonus to get a couple of freshmen that can make the team and play well. And Seth Murray, as we said, converted from a forward back to defense. And he's a smart player, so he's steadied some things there. And, you know, you got a guy like Jack Montesano who's been in the program for 4 years, you know, pitching in, and a very smart player as well.
Well, and you saw Brian Groom right there made a heads-up play. I mean, I think he started to retreat back a little bit, but he saw they kept the puck in the zone, stepped up, just threw the shot.
Made a hockey play.
I mean, exactly what it was.
He sent it through a screen. You know, people were in a change. The penalty was just over, but you know, Groomer's a kid that the fans love. You know, he's a popular kid around school, and yeah, he sticks his nose in there too, and he's got some good size.
And I think I heard you say before I came on that there was going to be some paint chipping off the wall in that visitors' locker room. I think you're probably right. John could not have been happy with the way his Lancers played in that first period. Really, I thought right from the get-go, St. John's Prep had a little more jump. They came out, they took the initiative early, put that goal in. Really nice play there by Latham to set up Scabo for the goal. MC certainly had their flurries. I mean, I think was it Goldstein that threw it across the crease?
Yep.
And, you know, that could have tied up right there. It'd be a different game if that had gone in. But didn't work. Prep kept at it. And I don't think they could ask for anything better than a 2-0 lead going into the locker room.
Yeah, I mean, I want to get your opinion on some of the Malden Catholic guys, too, and the way they played. But the last thing I want to say about the Prep right now is that Kyle Martin done a terrific job in goal. And that was, again, that was a surprise. He transferred in. And like Billy Falter transferred in, but Kyle Martin came from Westford Academy. And he's been, you know, Zach Laramie did a great job last year. And he's a good goaltender. And now you get 2, and the kid Martin has played very well.
I know it was a difficult choice for the coaches to kind of give the lion's share of the work to one guy, but I feel as though, at least from talking to them, like Kyle has earned this position. Really, his play hasn't done anything to dissuade that, I don't feel like.
Not at all.
Even in the games they've lost, hence the Malden Catholic game a few weeks back, he played very, very well. Stays square to the shooters, doesn't make a lot of unnecessary movements, moves well laterally in his crease, does a real nice job. And you know what? They have a great 1A in Zach that they can go to anytime. So that's a real spot of comfort for the coaches there. And Kyle is certainly rewarding them for that choice. He's played very, very well.
Yeah, absolutely. I had a chance to see them play Archbishop Williams the other night, who's really in a down year. And, you know, the Prep didn't play their best game, admittedly. But Laramie played that game. And, you know, early on, he made some great stops. And he didn't have to make a lot of saves the rest of the way, but he was very steady.
Yeah, again, not having been at that game, but I heard that was not a great defensive game for St. John's. And Zach did do very well while it was close to keep them in it until they were able to score a few in the third period and pull away a little bit.
So MC, I mean, we always talk about the Catholic Conference being so strong. And MC, you know, I think they've won 4 state titles in a row. So, you know, they're not an unknown commodity right now. And everybody has talked about, last year the talk was BC High, MC, and Springfield Cathedral. Guess what? This year it's the same thing again. Those 3 are sort of at the top, and records-wise and performance-wise. And everybody else is kind of fighting. There are some very good teams in that 4 through 15 tier. But, you know, everybody gets a little bit of an extra jump when BC High or MC or Cathedral, when they do travel east. I mean, because those are the target teams.
I think Springfield certainly has the name guys. Everybody knows about the 4, 5, 6 Division I guys that they have. Petruzio and Ned, I mean, the big hulking goaltender. who stood on his head last year as a freshman.
Right.
All kinds of talent. They can rack up the points like nobody's business.
And they are.
And they are. BC High just plays that clamp down system. They seem very opportunistic. With a guy like Shea, who would be on anybody's list of top players in the state, they're obviously going to be there at the end when things happen. And Malden Catholic, I mean, they just don't go. They're like the Patriots, really. I mean, the personnel changes a little bit every year. They make some tweaks, but they're always right there. I think some people are probably surprised at 9-0-1 at this point with the schedule that they play and the personnel turnover that they've had. But a guy like Reese steps up his play and goal this year. John McLean's son's out today. Other guys are stepping up on defense. A Goldstein jumps up to that first line. He does his thing. Felipe does his thing. Third line guys like Adams, terrific player. They just have scoring all over. You see how well they can handle the puck. Skating is such a big thing with these guys. I think if you study the game and you watch the way that they skate, there's no wasted movement with these guys. Everything is smooth and crisp and with a purpose. I think that's why they've been able to be so successful. I don't rarely see the Malden Catholic kids get flustered and or tired, which I think pays off as you get later into the season. We're approaching February. Playoffs not that far away. So they just tend to get better and better as things goes on. Now, this is a test for them. I don't think there's been too many times in the last 5 years they've been trailing 2-0 after one period.
No,
so it'll be interesting to see how they come out for the second period.
It's a good point, Phil. We want to remind you it's 2-0 St. John's between the first and second period here, and talking with Phil Stacey from the Salem News. And I want to get to some North Shore stuff too, and the Zambonis going too fast for us, Phil. But,
yeah.
But MC, they're fun to watch because all these teams are fun to watch. But John McLean doesn't take the talent for granted.
No.
And he does. We've said it countless times when we've done their games. The fourth line out there would be playing first line at a lot of schools.
That's right. And you know what I really respect about John is that he is tough but fair. And if you're not doing the job, or if you're giving somebody lip or whatever, there are 5 other guys that can replace you. So you continually have to earn your spot in that lineup. To go back to the game that the Prep played at Malden, Matt Philippe's on everybody's list of top forwards in the state, and he sat him in the second period. That's
and it was like, I kept saying, I hope he's not hurt. And lo and behold, after the game, it was, what happened? Did you get nicked? And he goes, nope.
Right.
And it was, so you got to know who the boss is. Like you mentioned Belichick. I don't want to put it on the same level.
No, but you're right.
But it's a team game.
That's right. And there's still only one voice that has to be heard by everybody, and that's John's. And I think he runs a pretty tight ship over there as far as that's concerned. So,
Phil, let's not to slight the North Shore. We've been able to go to Salem once and do a doubleheader, and we hope to get up there again. And we certainly had a great run in the tournament last year, following Beverly, Marblehead, and some other North Shore teams. But what do you see unfolding as we're about between halfway and 2/3 of the way through the regular season?
It's certainly a different season than it was last year. Beverly is 5-8 at this point. They lost not only a great graduating class, but also Timmy Biarelli up at Loomis Chafee now, and
who's playing at Andover today.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
4 o'clock today.
Yeah.
And the great defenseman Nick Albano is up at Proctor. So they lost a lot of firepower. They need to win. I think they need to go 4-2-1, a full 1-1 in their last 6 games to get in. Be a little bit tough for them.
And plus, it's the first-year coach for
Justin Shears.
Coach Shears, following a legend.
Who really has done a terrific job.
Oh, he's a good hockey guy.
People don't realize that they're better than their record shows.
Right.
Marblehead is right there again. I think you're starting to see Peabody come on a little bit. They've struggled really out of the gate. They were 1-5-1 at one point, but they've won 4 out of 5 going into tonight's game in Marblehead. Marblehead's right there. Of course, Winthrop is playing great. They just clinched the Northeastern Conference.
Yeah, Winthrop's strong.
And don't sleep on Masconomet out of the Cape Ann League. They are undefeated in league play. They're rolling along right now, defending league champions. They got a big game coming up with North Reading in another
Monday night, I think, are rescheduled. The 9th,
maybe? Tuesday, the 9th, So Andrew Jackson does a great job with them up there. They got some transfers in, the LaFada brothers from Governor Dummer, who's giving them a big shot in the arm, along with Anthony Mancini, and Greg Knowles in goals, played great for them. So, I think
and they've got tradition. Masco's always had tradition there.
So I do think that while it might not be Beverly, and I can't leave out Danvers, of course, they're always in the mix.
Danvers is scrappy and they're well coached.
Very, very well coached. Kevin Brown makes the absolute most with the talent that he has.
Every team you've mentioned is well coached.
Right.
That's a good group.
I think we'll hear from Division II North locally in the state tournament. We'll make some push there.
Excellent. Well, Phil, thanks for joining us.
Hey,
and
anytime
we see you, we want to grab you because we always respect your knowledge.
Thank you very much.
And you know all the players. So.
Well, hey, I can fudge it pretty good, so thanks.
Phil Stacey from the Salem News.
Thanks,
for
guys.
being with us.
Thank you, Mark.
teams making their way back on the ice for the second period, and you know, much like we said, Mark, that Coach McLean, you can probably hear him a couple of towns over in between periods, but it's important that the prep coaches, you know, send a good message as well. Hey, we won that period. It's a 3-period game.
Yeah, Coach Hanson, I'm sure, is there to remind them that it is a 3-period game, and, you know, don't rest on your laurels after a big first period, especially against talent like this at Malden Catholic. And a couple of out-of-town scores. Duxbury taking it to Bridgewater Raynham, beating them 9-3 earlier this afternoon, and Wacona knocking off East Hampton 7-1, and Methuen and Concord Carlisle skating to a 2-2 tie.
And I think one from yesterday, I think Newton South and Newton North both looking to make the tournament this year, which should, you know, set the clock back a little bit and get hockey back on the calendar there.
Yeah, and Wayland pulling off 8-0 over Lowell today, so Wayland having a good season as well. So we'll get ready for the start of this second period, Paul, and you know, only one penalty in that first period, going against Malden Catholic, and St. John's not scoring.
Can I bet against that this period, that there'll be more than one?
Yeah, we've seen that play out before, haven't we?
Yeah, the things got a little bit frisky as they headed towards the end of that period, and I think there's going to be some more guys making the trip to the box this period just to keep it competitive. Off the draw now, Edson tries to pin Goldstein over on the far boards, but now Philippe in checking on Murray. Murray able to get it around to Hentosh, who hammers it off the boards and jumps to center ice. Walter back on it, but intercepted there by Falter. And they get it in the zone. Harrington smartly steps it up over the line. Pat Harrington down the lane, watched by Murray. Low angle shot, saved by Martin there. Rebound caroms all the way out to Kyle Lynch, who can't control it at center ice on that new sheet of frozen pond. And MC able to pick it up in their own end. Lawrence looking for Walter, misses connecting there. And Lynch dumps it in deep. I don't see icing waved here, so that play will go, and Prep gets a chance to change as Harrington starts it up through center. Harrington cuts to the left, gets it around Latham. He's in deep, trying to get around Salas, and now knocked to the corner by McNamara. Play continues. That was a low angle shot that tested as well, and here's a breakaway. Latham in alone, and the move goes wide. Latham still with it. Good job by Reeses to stay with Nick Latham, who picked off that clearing pass and went in alone.
Reeses just taking that angle away, forcing him wide, and holding that post. Real nice play by Reeses, keeping it a 2-goal game.
Latham off the boards, but stopped at the blue line by Lawrence, who sends it in, goes all the way on the far point to Shula, gets it down to Adams. Nifty little pass back to Shula. Shula pounds it down deep, bounces over the stick of White. Botticelli picks it up for MC, takes a hit from Scarborough, and now Will Lawrence with a lob wedge up that hits the ceiling, and play will be called.
Yeah, a little 60-degree loft up there into the ceiling there off the roof. And, speaking of which, Tiger and Phil both missing the cut yesterday, Paul. How about that?
Speaking of prop bets, that would have been one that...
Yeah. Was it 1992 or some weird instance of the last time the two of them not making the cut?
Tiger could have been in our threesome yesterday. 82.
82.
Man. Yanakopoulos gives chase back into the MCN. We're just underway in the second period of play. About 2 minutes in. Now a steal by Cole. Jeff Coles looks for Newton. Strong pass jumps off the blade of Newton, and now MC will clear it. They can't get it by Salas, the freshman at center ice. Nice job. He sends it in deep. Shula, a little chip pass by Yanakopoulos. Yanakopoulos can't get by the forecheck of Jeff Coles. Jeff Cole's a familiar name to anyone from Burlington who might be watching. And now Shula takes down Stone, no call. Just a pitchfork there.
Real pitchfork. You got that stick underneath the armpit, pulled him right down, but no call.
Nice play by White to get it to Adams. A nice move. Adams now all the way around behind the net. He tries to get it back to the point, but picked off by Falter. Billy Falter on the go, can't get by Lawrence. Brendan White now, checked by Hentosh all the way across the ice from his left wing position. Falter gives chase now, beats Harrington to the puck. Falter slows it down, centering pass picked off by Lawrence. Lawrence off the boards, comes out of the stick of Hentosh in the corner to Falter. Billy Falter tries to center. Hopkins now knocks it down deep, and Lawrence and Falter exchange hellos. Adams now starts out, wing to Botticelli. Botticelli tries to make a move by Montesano. Nice play by Montesano, but Botticelli follows, centering pass redirected by Lynch. Good job by Kyle Lynch defensively, and Nick Latham will take the big circle in his own end. Can't get it by the forecheck of Jake Witkowski. Josh Cole on it now for the Prep. His pass intercepted by Witkowski. Witkowski, a long wrister in, goes wide. Justin Collins picks it up in the far corner. Number 10 on number 10. Latham throws a hit into Collins. Now Montesano pestered on the way out, but able to get it up to center ice. But Lawrence intercepts there, gets it back to Hopkins, over to Collins. Collins banks it off the boards. Montesano collects it there, over to Cole, banks it off the boards, and good step up by Will Lawrence, who's been everywhere today.
Yeah, Lawrence has played a very good game here. St. John's Prep kind of weathering the early storm. We're already almost 5 minutes into the second period, and they've kept Malden Catholic off the scoreboards thus far.
I think they got to raise the roof here. That's 2 in like a minute that have hit the ceiling.
I know, it does seem like a low ceiling, doesn't it? But,
10:50 to go, period number 2. St. John's Prep 2, Malden Catholic no score. Catholic conference matchup here. MC undefeated.
MC coming in at 9-0-1. St. John's Prep coming in at 8-4-0. We've got them seated as the 1 and 8 seeds right now in D1. So, you know, Catholic Conference showing why they have, you know, so much talent here in the top 10.
Good play there by Newton and Coles, but Cole's centering pass goes just wide. MC comes the other way. Knocked down is Goldstein. Following up is Philippe. He can't control it. Now Stone picks it off for the Prep. Gets it to Newton. Scott Newton through center 1-on-3, looking for Jeff Coles, but they're in the middle of an attempted line change there. And here comes Philippe. He's able to get it by Murray and up to Walter. Leaves it for Philippe. Philippe on the go. 1-on-3. Takes it all the way across. Trying to get it down low for 17 is Thomas Albert out there now, but they come the other way. Lynch shot off the stick of Hopkins, and that's a hat trick
into the roof. Yeah, that's a hat trick for the roof. But Philippe, just a nice toe drag there. Got the defenseman banging into the forward right in front of the goaltender here, and we get a little replay here in front of us. But you know, Philippe trying to go with a little bit there maybe, but
wants to make something happen.
Yeah,
it's frustrating.
Got that much talent, why not, right?
Well, the other thing is when he gets a little room, it's ironic that they back off him. You know, so his fault are trying to jam it in as a quick play there, and a nice play to center that one by Kyle Lynch, who's getting frustrated with Will Lawrence. Will Lawrence has made his presence known all over the ice. I mean, he's not a huge guy, but boy, he knows how to strategically play the body, and I think everyone knows Will Lawrence is in this game today.
Yeah, Falta just banging away at that puck. I thought Falta was one that took the post off the moorings there, but faceoff's going to come inside the Malden Catholic zone.
Good job by Reeses to watch that post. Kyle Lynch can't get it by Lawrence, who hands it up to Adams. Adams over to White. White trying to go on Usalis. Usalis off the boards to center. Harrington dumps it in. MC has to clear here. Billy Falter now up for Kyle Lynch. Lynch dumps it in deep, and
still not seeing that physicality fall out of the Lancers. I thought we'd see a lot more hitting to start this period, and gosh, 9:30 remaining in the second.
Harrington,
not much going on here.
Harrington's pass to Adams. Adams follows. He's in deep. He gets taken down in there by Usalis. Flurry of bodies in the corner now, and here's Teddy McNamara with a pass. McNamara trying to split the D, and Lawrence and Harrington trying to make a sandwich out of him, but he got it through and in deep, and now MC will send it the length of the ice. Icing is waved off. Usalis back on it for the Prep. Usalis backhands it up looking for Nick Latham. Latham redirects to center. Justin Collins with a hop, able to get by Scarborough. Shula now up for Corey Goldstein, quickly over to Witkowski. Witkowski takes a hit from Scarborough there.
Tell you, the Eagles have been laying the body a lot more than the Lancers so far today.
This goes off Scarborough's skate, and icing will be called here as Tyler Scarborough couldn't control it. He has the first goal in the game. He had a couple the other night against Archbishop Williams, the tri-captain.
Yeah, 2 points for him today, goal and an assist, factoring in on both goals. He's getting a nice game for him. As you said, the senior captain out of Revere, Mass, as the faceoff's going to come just to the right here of Kyle Martin, who's also had a very solid game, Paul.
Justin Collins on the draw for MC. Redirects it towards the cage, and Witkowski goes flying after it, and Martin able to make the stop there. I don't think Scott Newton was ready for that face-off, the Prep center, number 13. And
Martin just showing how strong he is on that lower body, getting down and keeping those pads closed, covering up that puck, but no rebound.
Same two on the draw, and Newton is waved out here, and Stone will step in, and Sam Stone, the big, tall sophomore, the left shot, uses his body well to get in front of Collins, but MC controls. Max Shula down the boards, can't get it deep. Montesano up for Newton. Puck is picked away by Witkowski, who's headed to the right. Witkowski, wrist shot saved by Martin up high. Rebound, Prep able to control, but not for long, as Yanakopoulos will play catch with Shula.
Lancers won that battle. Yeah, they sure do. Boy, that was a nice shift there for Goldstein, Collins, and Witkowski. They won some battles there in the offensive zone, right up by the blue line, and getting off a nice shot. And again, a big blocker save there by Martin. So
you know, Mark, last year we saw a lot of MC, and they had, it's not the same team, of course, but they had a lot of games where they were asleep in the first period and just came on strong. And they certainly didn't play their best period of the year today in the first period, but give credit to St. John's. But there are signs of life here, and the next goal is huge. Being 2-0 right now, the next goal is a huge one in this game. Lynch knocked down by Philippe, followed by Hentosh, and a nice save by Rhesus on a quick wrister by Kyle Hentosh.
Yeah, I don't want to overlook how well Rhesus has played today. I don't know why that wasn't offsides.
It's a wide blue line, I guess. Kyle Lynch, a long wrister in, steered wide by Rhesus, and now they have it behind the net. Harrington picks it up for MC and starts to his right. Harrington bounced it off the boards. And now Philippe is sent away. It's a 2-on-1 if they hurry. Philippe, the wrister, saved by Martin. It's loose. Oh, how did that not go in? Wow.
Wow. Boy, that got behind goaltender Martin. Philippe on the mad rush there, and somebody got a stick on that puck, and I almost think it might have been Cam Walter that tried to tip it in and tipped it wide.
Here's Philippe, headed down the left. Philippe, a wrist shot, and a goal.
5-hole. Philippe,
he almost
head
gave
up.
a look away.
Yeah,
what a nice goal.
Yeah, nice goal by Matt Philippe. We've seen that before. The junior captain out of Linfield going 5-hole there. 7:11 remaining in the second period, and they cut the lead to half, 2-1. We talked about that next goal, Paul. That's a big one.
Well, he almost had one on the previous shift, and I'll tell you, anyone saw the Zavarian game, Philippe had a wrist shot in that game that was like pro level. Lawrence gets the only assist officially, and he deserves, he's played a strong game, as we said, but you know you're not going to hold Philippe down the whole game, and I think Kyle Martin there, he's made saves on quicker and stronger shots, but that time Philippe broke down the left, and he did have a wing with him, and the Prep defenseman was back, but I think he almost head faked that he was going to pass, and he threw Kyle Martin off a little bit and just put it between his legs.
Yeah, he gave that head fake, opened up the pads just a little bit, and he went right into the 5-hole. It's a big hit there.
Yeah, Thomas Albert took the brunt of that one from Teddy McNamara, and nonetheless, MC able to get it in the zone, and St. John's can't get into a, not running around.
They got to be careful here.
It's a good. Scarborough now shot blocked by the pads of Hopkins. Scarborough will follow in the corner. He and Hopkins get sticks high, and good job by Botticelli, the center, to get back there and get it over to Adams, but Adams can't get by McNamara. Now Scarborough throws a hit into Adams. Scarborough now takes another hit at Hopkins. Scarborough, a tough kid, and now I think
gonna get an ice on this.
Yeah, it's icing.
Tough break for MC. Yeah, it looked like the arm came up right after Scarborough was finishing his check there.
He's a physical kid and a very good hockey player, and he got a penalty in the MC game down there that was very similar to that. It was a questionable call, but he was right in front of the official, and he called him for either boarding or charging that night. And you just got to be careful. You can play physical, but certainly not saying back off.
I got to keep the elbows down and the elbows in. That elbow did come out.
Just shot by Stone. Jeff Cole's playing a good game here, number 14 too, for the Prep, getting an opportunity to play, and he's showing a very good athlete. And as I said before, anyone from Burlington knows the name Jeff Coles. Jeff's dad was a great player at Burlington and BC, and Jeff had a couple of brothers who had played at the Prep, and getting his opportunity now to, as a junior, to make something happen. That play is very close to offsides. Collins' shot goes well wide. Harrington steps up and tries to get it deep, but Coles right there to get it out to center ice. Nice play, Jeff Coles. Lawrence now will settle it back to Harrington. They've got time. Harrington, crisp pass up for Witkowski. Over the line, Witkowski 1-on-4. Good back check by Coles, able to get it to center ice. Nice play.
Yeah, real nice play there by Jeff Coles, as you said, the 6'1" junior. Just playing real solid on defense, also good forecheck, so all-around player here for the third line of the Eagles. And Malden Catholic starting to feel it a little bit, so got to be careful here in your own zone with the face-off. 5:18 remaining in the second period.
Philippe on the draw for Malden Catholic with Falter. Philippe right back to Shula, long shot through, hits his own guy, Austin Goldstein. Hentosh jumps on it, able to hammer it by Yanakopoulos, icing waved off. Reeses will leave it there for Matt Shula. Shula quickly up the boards for Cam Walter, who gets a streaking Matt Philippe. Philippe still on it, Philippe in close, Philippe tries to tuck it near side, nice play by the goaltender Martin. Boy, Matt Philippe's at another level right now. Yeah. He runs into Billy Falter. Philippe falls down, but
a little collision there. Falter and Philippe right at center ice.
I think, and his Philippe with it gets it by Lynch up the boards for Cam Walter. Nice play by 22 Seth Murray, and Murray and Walter now battling here. Murray turns and fires it in deep. 4.5 to go. Second period. It's a 2-1 hockey game. St. John's right now. Yanakopoulos around the boards, up for Cam Walter. Walter over the line. Walter, a long shot along the ice, well wide. Botticelli right off the bench, tries to pick it up, hops over his stick, and a long breakout for Scarborough goes well beyond him, and icing will be called with 4:10 to go. Second period, and the Prep leading Malden Catholic 2-1 at the moment.
Yeah, I think we got a couple of Malden Catholic fans down here looking for a call on that last hit at center ice, but good physical play by both teams, and physicality starting to pick up a little bit here late in the second period. We expected a little bit more of this earlier in the period.
Good play off the draw by MC. They get it back to Lawrence, who whistles a wrister up into the netting.
They're going to say it went off Martin's catcher there and into the net, so the faceoff will come to his left. But as you said, Walter got off a good shot, had a good look there.
Botticelli on the draw against Latham. Latham wins it back for Groom. Groom around looking for Usalis, but White on the forecheck there for MC. Botticelli now trying to find Adams. Far corner, Adams on it with that big rangy long reach, and now Ted McNamara pokes it out of the zone, but too strong, and it goes for icing. 3 icings in about 30 seconds here.
Yeah, I think the Eagles are starting to get back on their heels a little bit. I mean, taking the icing here, but got to win these face-offs as Malden Catholic won that last one cleanly back to Will Lawrence, who got off a very nice wrist shot from the point.
Coach McLean can feel it. He's got Philippe right back out there. And the Prep able to break it out. They're looking for Scarborough on the breakaway as the Scarborough gets up high and right in the face of Walter. And I don't know how they missed that one, but
I don't either. I don't know if that was an interference or an elbow. But
Tyler Scarborough, they need him. They don't need him in the box. And again, I'm losing my over-under bet on penalties in this period, as there have not been any. And
well, the intensity and the physicality both picking up here late in the second, so you may see one soon here, Paul.
Walter dumps it in deep with 3:15 to go. Good play by Martin to get it over to McNamara. Turns and fires blindly, but Cole's right on it there. He's over the red line and dumps it deep. Reeses on his knees to save it. Lawrence and Cole's battle there. Lawrence has been out there a while, and Cole's with fresh legs. Advantage Prep, and here's Cole right off the bench, 24. There's a Coles and a Cole. Here's Sam Stoney overskates it, and Philippe with it. Philippe with a back check by Newton. And they're able to get it away from Philippe, and Newton is knocked down along the far boards, and now Lawrence gets up into the face of Newton. There's no lack of calls that could be made here on both teams.
The refs are letting them play.
Coles now over the line, gets it up into the netting, and the whistle will come with 2.5 to go, period number 2, and a 2-1 lead for the Prep.
Well, we expected to see a great game, Paul, and we're seeing one. I tell you, Eagles giving everything they have, and the Lancers just starting to feel it a little bit, cutting the lead in half. We talked about that dreadful, that 2-goal lead, going into a second period, always difficult to hang on, and you had mentioned that next goal's an important one, and MC got it.
Yeah, and there's probably some interested fans in Springfield Cathedral Land and BC High and CM and Zavarian watching this one closely. A great Catholic Conference game, and we're almost 2/3 of the way through, and the Prep maintaining that lead. They steal in the offensive zone. Hentosh looks for Falter. Nice play by Kyle Hentosh, but Falter can't handle that centering pass, and now a long release pass Good job by Seth Murray from St. John's to intercept that and thwart Jack Adams from receiving that one. Adams now back on it as Botticelli is knocked down. Adams right in front of his own net.
You don't want those big forwards carrying the puck out in front of your goalie there.
Somehow they break. Adams with a great move. Adams is in. Another move. Centering pass. I think Adams took one move too many. He had the shot. And now they stay on it. Pentosh races with Shula. And Shula, nice job from closing from the point to pinch and keep it in deep. Good forecheck by White. Gets it to Botticelli. Centering pass to Adams. He's on his wrong shot there and kind of got handcuffed. This line loves to play three guys behind the net here, and they get caught there once again.
Long shift again for Adams. Seen him out there a couple of times like this. He's certainly playing well.
Pentosh will find Kyle Lynch. He's got to dump it and change. But nice job by Shula.
Look out here.
Botticelli. He's got room. Botticelli down the lane, or a shot saved by Kyle Martin. McNamara now bounces off the boards. Kyle Lynch has to change.
Last minute of the period, and what a save by Martin, Paul.
Yeah, Botticelli had all day. It was like a pond play. Here's Albert being sent in. A nice pass by Harrington, but he can't get through the St. John's defense. And now Scarborough redirects the long clearing pass all the way in on Reeses. Patrick Harrington back on it for MC. Puck is loose down in the right wing corner and picked up by Witkowski, rather by Lawrence.
The turnover.
Intercepted. Reeses with a save.
Boy, Teddy McNamara just picking that off right in the center. The guy's at the top of the slot and getting a good low shot, hard low shot on Reeses. Reeses able to get that right pad out to make the save, but very dangerous play there in the MC zone.
Yeah, it was Witkowski, 8 and 9. Witkowski and Lawrence, both right shots, both with captain and a C and an A on their shirts, and kind of get those guys confused sometimes. But Witkowski, good job to be covering up, but his outlet pass was picked off, and dangerous chance there that Reeses had to be equal to. And now with 26 seconds to go, Philippe pokes it off the boards for Lawrence, and now Philippe will skate behind the net, take a look at the clock with 22, and start up. Matt Philippe with skating room. He's down the right. Philippe trying to go coast to coast here. Backhand save by Martin. Philippe on the rebound, centering pass. Intercepted by Usalis. He'll send Scarborough away 1-on-3, and Walter throws a shoulder into Scarborough, and the penalty. Oh, and Scarborough knocks down Philippe. And boy, we're going to see that one again. And now Latham with an elbow up, and Lawrence with a follow-up on Latham. And we had to wait till the 15-minute mark, but I think there are going to be penalties called here.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I thought he could have maybe called Lawrence there at the end, but I think he's going to let him go, and no referee skating over to the penalty box. So, letting the boys play, Paul. Boys will be boys.
If this were going on and it was a 4-goal game, we'd be seeing a lot of activity. But 2-1, I think they don't want to, have themselves placed into things. But Latham with, clearly not a strategic play there by Nick Latham with the play, the clock already over. And, Philippe's taking some hits here. Falter met him head on at center ice, and then behind the net, Scarborough, who's a strong kid too, runs into Philippe. And, you're not going to knock Matt Philippe down often, but, Scarborough's not backing down. And Philippe's a clean player. He gets a lot of penalties just because he's strong, but he's learned to, you got to take a hit once in a while, and he does that. So.
Yeah, he does. He took a big hit there at center ice earlier in the period as well. So, no penalties in that period, Paul. So you lose the under. We'll let Phil Stacey.
Yeah, I lose the under. What else is new? It's Super Bowl weekend.
There you go. Take the Pats in the over tomorrow, I think. But we'll talk about that later in the third period. So at the end of 2 periods of play, we've got St. John's Prep 2, Malden Catholic 1. We'll come back with the start of the third period here momentarily. February the 8th. That's going to go from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. live from our new studios out in Marlborough, Massachusetts. So, again, look for that next Sunday night right off of the MyHockeyLive homepage. Just like you're going to go watch a game, a new game or a previous game, you'll see a button there for a new button on that page for watching our first MyHockeyLive Kids Talk Hockey program next Sunday night. Of course, alumni will be there. Paul McNamara's son, an alum, will be on there with Jimmy Young, and I'm sure Paul will be gracing us as well in studio, I believe.
Freely catered, I trust.
Yeah.
Jimmy's always good with the goodies.
Yeah, Jimmy will probably have some roast beef and cheese and some sandwich meats ready for you, Paul.
From the Knobscots?
From the Knobscot Cafe. Big shout out to our friends at the Knobscot. Framingham's finest.
Mark, we got a great one here. We got 15 minutes of hockey left. Cam Walter off the opening draw for MC. Gets it back to the defense. Will Lawrence up over the line and picked clean by Hentosh. Hentosh moves in, tees up a slap shot, and Mauritius makes the save. And Kyle Lynch joining the play late. Might have created a 2-on-1, but Hentosh, good job to see that he had the shot. But Reese's, great job on the angle.
Yeah, Hentosh had a good look, open ice there, had to take that shot, and Reese's out to challenge him. Takes it right into the midsection, no rebound to be had, and face-off off to his right.
Shula and Yannikopoulos now the defense pairing as Coach McLean quickly changed Lawrence and Harrington, and now the puck gets caught in some water over there in front of the penalty, in front of the St. John's bench. Philippe steals behind the net. Philippe back out on the point to Shula, who is backing out, and now steps into it and sends it in deep. Seth Murray on it in the corner for the Prep. Gets it up to Lynch, but Lynch is wearing Matt Philippe right behind him. Good heads-up play by Philippe, and now Lynch stick tossed up in the air. Walter behind the net works hard. The Goldstein shot goes wide.
Tell you, Walter took advantage of that, Paul. Little laziness there in the St. John's Prep defensive zone, kind of going for his stick. Walter right around the side of the net.
You know, Philippe has the puck, and it just slows the whole game down. Nice play over to Yannikopoulos. The wrister saved by Martin. It's loose in the corner. Walter, pesky Walter, chases it down. He's got room now. Lays it back to Shula. Shula, nice play to get it over to Yannikopoulos. Top of the circle, shot, a save by Martin there as he has to hold on with right on the doorstep there is Goldstein looking for a rebound.
Yeah, great first shift there by the Walter Philippe Goldstein line. They kept the pressure in the Eagle zone pretty much that whole shift as they do find themselves still down a goal, but plenty of time left in this third period.
Botticelli gets it in front, but Groom able to knock it back into the corner safely. Gets it up to Scarborough. Scarborough trying to get by Brendan White. Goes off his skates. Icing waved off.
Coach McLean puts his arms up about as fast as I did.
McNamara with a tough angle shot. Reeses with the save, and MC comes the other way. Botticelli to Adams. Adams, top of the circle, throws it in the middle. Goes through the slot area, and Scarborough just hammers it out to center. Scarborough now trying to get it away from Lawrence. Latham with it. He has to wait for Scarborough to clear, and as he does, it's picked away by Adams for MC. Adams down the lane, watched by Latham. Gets it to White. White with a backhand move. Centering pass for Botticelli. Can't connect. Botticelli was covered well there. Scarborough now up for Latham. Can't get by Lawrence, who sends it up to Adams over the line. It's a 2-on-4. Adams now loses it back out to center. Intercepted by Stone. Stone all alone will send it in deep and give chase.
Adams was waiting for the line change there. Paul dangled as much as he could and then lost control and took the puck outside the offensive zone.
Jeff Cole cycles it down low for Stone, but good job by Botticelli, who lugs it along the backboards and trying to send Corey Goldstein out. Can't do it. Good job over there by Montesano, pinching number 6 for the Prep. And now Shula leverages his body and gets it over to Corey Goldstein, who will slow it down and try to break it out with Will Lawrence, the defenseman. Josh Cole for the Prep works the near boards, gets it to Stone, who will dump it in deep and change.
Yeah, Prep's got to keep the pressure on here if they can. Keep pinching in and keep that puck in the Malden Catholic zone.
Hopkins over to Schuler, quickly up for Justin Collins. Collins overskates it, and they come the other way, does the Prep. It's Hentosh. He's got Falter with him. Hentosh, wrist shot. Took a little too long, went off the stick of Hopkins. Kyle Lynch back to cover up, sends it long in off the skate of Hopkins. Hentosh sends it deep, and Chris Hopkins retreats for MC. Hopkins
Will Lawrence kind of throwing that up the boards blindly, Paul. You don't see him do that often. That almost cost them.
Seth Murray protects the puck, gets it up to Lynch. He can't get it by Harrington. Harrington over to Lawrence. Will Lawrence back to Pat Harrington, watched by Billy Falter there on the forecheck. And MC's being forced to take an extra 2 or 3 passes today. I mean, it's a good job of team forechecking by St. John's.
Yeah, and some of their outlet passes have been in the skates, and boy, Prep could have been called for too many men there as Coach McLean again has his arms up as the uprights in tomorrow's big Super Bowl contest.
Philippe's line out there again with Witkowski cut out there on a change, and now McNamara turns and sends it in for St. John's. McNamara gives chase, trying to beat Harrington to the play. They throw it off the side of the net, and Philippe starts out. He'll send Albert away on the right. Albert sends it in long and deep, and Goldstein on it now for MC. They lose behind the net, sent around by Groom, but kept in at the line by Will Lawrence. Lawrence turns it, gets it down to Thomas Albert. Puck is loose. Harrington picks it up, but blocked by the big pads of Scarborough. Now Scarborough breaks back to McNamara. He's got Latham, a wrister right over the net by Ted McNamara.
Boy, it looked like he had Reese started down too, so right idea to go high.
Oh, what a move by Philippe. He's in, and he scores.
What
a move by Matt Philippe.
Oh boy,
Albert.
not much pretty. It doesn't get any prettier than that, Paul. I think he fooled everybody in the building with that little toe drag, and maybe slipped it 5-hole. We're going to get the replay here as the goal scored.
I mean, I got to see that one again. That was unbelievable.
It's at 440.
You know, Risa should get an assist on that because he gave it to Philippe, who got it up to Albert.
There it is again here, Paul.
He went right, he went left, and I think he backhanded it in as he had Kyle Martin moving right to left. But
wow, yeah, Martin didn't stand a chance on that move.
That's a keeper for a highlight film here.
So 2-2.
We're tied up here. The goal's going to come at 4:40. Philippe with his second of the game. Not sure how they'll give the assist.
So 17-7. So a little extra shift there for Thomas Albert. We haven't seen much of him this year, and he makes the most of it there.
Taking the place of Cam Walter of that shift, but now that play, I don't know why that didn't go as icing, but it gives the Prep a chance to change here. We're under 10 minutes to go, 9.5, and MC has fought all the way back. They've tied things up at 2, but here comes the Prep the other way. Billy Falter up to Hentosh. Hentosh over the line, tough angle, and good play by Yannikopoulos to force Hentosh outside and take a tough angle shot. Now Falter picks it up, still in the zone. Hentosh all alone behind the MC defense. Centering pass gets by Falter, and here comes MC. 3-on-1. They get it to Adams on the right. He closes. Saved by Martin. Nice play. Botticelli's glove is off at center ice. Now he goes back and picks it up.
Boy, Martin was very smart there to clear that puck to the right and get that rebound out away from the trailer.
Long breakout pass. They're trying to spring. I was going to say Cam Newton. Scott Newton on the home run pass, number 13, but he couldn't control it. Kyle Lynch now back to an open point. Paul Edson threw a screen. I think it went off Harrington's body and wide. Reeses didn't see anything. And
yeah, Reeses never saw that. The physicality starting to pick up a little bit now as both teams are starting to get a little desperate. 2-2 with 8 minutes remaining. Latham
and Collins, a pair of number 10s, and that's interference right there. That's unbelievable.
Coach McLean is beside himself, as is Coach Antonelli. I don't understand that one, Paul. That was
Harrington
clearly
loses,
interference.
and now they get it back. Witkowski whistles one higher. That's Lawrence, rather. No, Witkowski, I'm sorry. Long pass up for Scarborough. This has to be icing. And man,
icing
Collins,
on that. And
Collins and Latham, 10 and 10, were just, you could see that coming all the way. And then they went into the corner, and it was about 5 feet away from the puck that Latham just, we're going to get to see it again here. And
yeah, we'll see it again. There's the hit right behind him, too. And Coach Phil Antonelli has a right to be upset on that one. He's not wishing him a happy birthday here. Very upset. Clearly right behind.
Scarborough was called off late. I think he's the trainer.
Yeah, they're going to send the St. John's Prep trainer over to
Brian Corbett. They call him BC, and he's attending to Justin Collins over there. And faceoff's going to come back in the Prep end here to the left of Kyle Martin, who's been a busy guy this period.
Yeah, he has been.
Just made a great stop on Jack Adams, or it'd be 3-2.
Yeah, let's hope the MC player is all right here as we look across the way over at the bench. The trainer's still attending to him.
Philippe and Newton kind of going after it after the draw. Austin Goldstein takes a long wrister in that Martin covers up, and Goldstein headed to the net, takes an up-high stick from Usalis, and
I tell you what, Paul, MC is really starting to put a lot of pressure on the Eagles here, and they got to be careful not to take a stupid penalty. Like you said, that stick came up, and really no reason for it. They take the hit and
they throw Newton
away
out of the draw, and Philippe wins it easily back to Shula. Shula will close and send it. I think that went off Walter's skate. Now Goldstein battling, trying to get a shot on net, but a good defensive play there by Newton and Groom as they double team, and now Philippe trying to walk through the forest there. Long shot in by Shula, saved by Martin. It's loose in front. And now Walter closing, and Goldstein right in the crease. And Martin is getting even busier now.
What a great job by number 31, Kyle Martin, controlling that rebound. Like you said, we've seen it over and over again. MC just sends players to that crease, in waves, right to the net, looking for that loose puck. And Martin just smothering it, making sure there isn't one there to be had. Keeping it 2-2 here with 7:33 remaining in the game.
Botticelli out there now. His pass is intercepted by Lynch as he tries to get it back to Harrington. Harrington hustles back and sends it off. I think it hit a player on the bench, and I sense that Coach McLean and his staff are getting a little agitated over that. They do not need megaphones over there. They are exercising the lungs.
Yeah, they've had a couple of tough calls, maybe.
I think we're in double figures on faceoffs in the prep zone this period with 7:23 to go in the third period. We're tied at 2. Good job by Falter to win the draw, but his clearing over to the boards is picked off by Harrington, who takes no time and just lets it fly.
Well, it seems like it's turning into a shooting gallery now on Colin Martin. I'm sure he's seen enough rubber for the afternoon here, but these faceoffs, MC keeps winning them and drawing it back to the point. They're getting good looks. Martin coming up big.
Not to look ahead, and it's there's about 6 hours in that 7 minutes left, but the prep would love to get out of here with a point, but they can't sit back. Here's Hentosh, who's had a lot of chances. He is a 1-on-3 and dumps it in deep. Back to get it is Lawrence for MC. Nice job of leveraging his body, and he's able to get it to Botticelli, who starts out. Botticelli with some speed. Adams can't pick it up trailing, and now Lawrence takes down Kyle Lynch. And Montesano hits White up high. Josh Cole back on it. Botticelli centering pass, but intercepted by Lynch. Nobody there for MC. Kyle Lynch now banks it off the boards, kept in at the line by Will Lawrence. Long shot in. What chance for Corey Goldstein. Funny bounce off the backboards. And
boy, dangerous
Martin
play there.
Again.
Yeah.
Had to be awake. Martin leaves it behind the net for Montesano. Montesano will go the other way to get away from Botticelli's forecheck. Open man is Scarborough. Scarborough can't get full wood on it. And nice play by Corey Goldstein to dump it in deep. And finally, Josh Cole hammers it down as they're looking for an icing to change things up here with 6:10 to go. And clock cannot move fast enough for St. John's right now.
No, they're a little bit back on their heels. Malden Catholic starting to come in those waves as we spoke of. And again, that tying goal, Philippe coming from Albert and Goldstein. So Albert and Goldstein both getting assists on the equalizer.
Witkowski follows up the loose puck off the draw over to Shula, left point. Shot is redirected in front by Corey Goldstein, and that one goes wide. Scarborough now floating, and he takes a hit up high from Shula, and wow. It's gone both ways.
You gotta let him play, yeah.
It's gone both ways. We're not taking sides here. Albert, that's offsides as he took himself over the line, and he had Witkowski. It was a nice idea, but Albert's centering this line now with Collins shaken up, and left it for Witkowski and went one way. It was a great hockey play, but he just forgot about the blue line.
Yeah, it was a great hockey play, and I think he thought he was laying a little bit deeper beyond that blue line, but Witkowski had not gained the blue line yet. The puck just came across that blue line as we look at the replay here of that hit.
Yeah, Matt Shula,
on open ice.
Matt Shula making acquaintances with Tyler Scarborough. Here's Newton through center ice. He's got Coles on his right. He'll send it in deep for Coles. Coles and Harrington chase. Prep able to pick it up momentarily, but it jumps loose into the corner, and Philippe backhands it up the boards for Walter. They can't control, and Edson sends it in deep. It's knocked wide, and Walter first on it for MC. Can't get by Seth Murray, and a loose puck now is knocked into the prep end. Goldstein will just fire it at a tough angle. Goes off the side of the netting in the cage. Philippe with it again. Philippe trying to go through 4 guys here. And Philippe with it again as he intercepts a little clearing pass. Walter down low to Goldstein. He's got Philippe in the middle, but he's covered well there by Edson and Murray. And finally the prep able to clear.
Yeah, prep just trying to dump it out to get a line change here, and they're caught in between as they've got, well, I guess change. 5 players on there, but yeah, tough 5. Change. MC really starting to put the pressure on the Eagles here, so St. John's got to be careful.
Harrington looks for Philippe. Tough pass, but Philippe able to pick it up. A loose puck. Philippe on the go. Blasted from the face-off dot. Saved by Murray. Philippe still with it. He's wearing Scarborough now, or rather Falter. Hentosh now able to get it out, get it on the boards, but he can't get it by Lawrence.
Yeah, Philippe trying to get a change here.
He's a
exhausted,
tired guy.
Sure.
Right off the bench is Botticelli, who picks up the loose puck and dumps it in deep from White. White, a nice move, bounces it off the boards, but intercepted by Lynch, who gives it to Hentosh, back to Lynch. They've got numbers for the moment, but good back check by White. Falter in the middle, wrist shot, glove down by Reeses. First real chance for the Prep this period.
Yeah, good outlet there, and skating the 3-on-2, doing everything right with the puck, getting a good shot on net, and Reeses again controlling that shot and rebound, so no rebound there.
You know, all I can think, Mark, is there must be some loose measles strain in that penalty box because they don't want to send anyone over there. Unbelievable.
You cursed them, Paul.
You know,
when you played the over in the second period, we knew they weren't going to see any penalties the rest of the game.
It looks like there's I mean, there are spare goalies in there, but I don't know if there's matching penalties or whatever, but it looks like there's a guy in the box for each team. Oh, we're going to get a penalty call here as we talk about it, and I think it's going to be it's a tripping call. It's going to go against the Prep. Scarborough maybe, or
it's number 12.
Teddy McNamara.
Yeah. Number 12, Teddy McNamara taking the penalty. First penalty of the game for the Prep.
10:59. They call him for after everything else that's gone on to call that at this point is, and MC's going to call a timeout, I believe, and Justin Collins is going to go to the locker room here.
So we see the replay here, Paul, and you're right. I mean, you know, it seemed kind of like a ticky-tack call. Everything else that we've seen here today, and boy, just not really seeing that. But as you said, 10:59 of the third period, a big opportunity here for the Lancers as they're going to go on their first power play of the game. All knotted up at twos here, 4:01 remaining in the game, and face-off going to come down here to the left of goaltender Martin.
They're going to put Witkowski and Adams. There's a guy from each line up there. They're going to flank Philippe on the power play, and they've got Harrington and Lawrence, and now the Prep able to get it up the boards and go past Lawrence.
Yeah, nice shot there by Brian Groom.
Harrington able to get it up to Witkowski on the go. Witkowski with a head of steam gets around Usalis. Witkowski around the net, plays it to himself now, gets it back to Lawrence. He'll go across ice to Harrington, take a look, back to Lawrence. They got Adams open left wing corner and Philippe open right wing corner. Philippe, again, slows everything down. He walks, a wrist shot, rebound, saved by Martin. Comes back out to Lawrence. Lawrence wrists it and it deflects up off the play. Nice play by Kyle Lynch, number 11, to deflect that, and it goes up into the netting.
Boy, I tell you, Martin had to do everything in his power to try to keep that puck out of the net. Puck bouncing around on him a little bit. And as you said,
with a wrist shot,
he just slows everything down, like you said. And Kyle Lynch, though, boy, thank God he laid himself out right here and got in front of that puck, because
Philippe went up top, and then the rebound, Witkowski had a golden opportunity and just couldn't find the handle. Face off now, Scarborough can't control it, goes back to Harrington. Harrington walks to the middle, finds Philippe. Philippe with time. Philippe looks, lays it back to Harrington. We're down to 45, halfway through the power play, long shot in. Boy, that went off a head. I think it went off Paul Edson's head. It looked like a pad.
There was money falling out of the sky here, Paul. I don't know what that was. Looks like a piece of paper or something down on the ice. But
bullet by Patrick.
39 seconds remaining in this power play, and the Eagles just trying to survive it. They need to win one of these faceoffs, Paul.
Edson, the freshman out of Beverly, number 2. Talk about getting experience quickly. Philippe with it.
Yeah. Philippe goes right to the net with the faceoff.
Philippe now plays catch with Harrington. Harrington overskates it, and they have to retreat. We're down to 27 on the power play. Philippe with skating room. They'll try to pick Scarborough. Nice support there to get it back to Philippe. Tries to get around Murray. He's behind the net. He's got Witkowski on one post. Nice play to find Harrington. The shot can't get through the
a lot of bodies out in front of Martin there. But like you said, Harrington getting a nice wrist shot as we wind down the power play with 4 seconds remaining.
Harrington skates it up through center. He's over the line. Penalty is over. Back to full strength. Here's Witkowski. A shot blocked by Edson. Philippe with it. Both teams back at full strength now, and a whistle goes.
Yeah, I think we got somebody in the crease here.
Yeah, that looks like
Martin lost his balance a little bit. I think player's stick might have got underneath him, and that faceoff's going to come outside the zone with 2:24 remaining in the third, and St. John's Prep able to weather the storm there of the first Lancers power play.
And they're going to call a timeout here, the Prep is, and some philosophies say don't give Philippe a chance to rest, but the Prep needs time to rest, and
well, they're getting that last change more than once.
So coach signaled a timeout, but they didn't use it. So clock will start with now 2:20 to go, and they'll dump it in deep. Martin can't save it there, and Goldstein overskates it. A little bit of luck there for the Prep. Groom starts out. Nice play to go wing to Lynch. Groom is offsides, and that's a good call, unfortunately, from here. We saw that one all the way.
Yeah, Groom was well beyond the blue line there, and
he was so excited to be on that rush, and he's got a goal, and he's a good player. And
I think Goldstein's going to be dreaming of that one again later on, Paul. He had nothing but open net as that puck kind of came around the back of the net and found its way to his stick, but he couldn't control it.
Matt Philippe back out there to take the draw with Walter, and now icing's going to be called here as Walter took a swipe at it and went the length of the ice. And now the official runs into Austin Goldstein.
Yeah, and you wonder if, Coach Hansen's going to just wait for Philippe to get back on the ice before he calls that timeout. I think you were right. I think he didn't want to give Philippe the extra rest and kind of washed his hands of the timeout that he had called. 2:03 remaining here.
Coach Hansen sends the Scarborough line out with McNamara and Latham. It'll be Philippe, Walter, and Witkowski actually up there now with Goldstein and Philippe. They take Walter off this line. And Goldstein takes a hit from McNamara. McNamara trying to pick the puck clean, can't do it. Groom can't get it by his opposite, number 8, Witkowski, and Witkowski sends it in deep. Witkowski, nice move to protect. He's looking for Matt Philippe. Gets it back to Lawrence. Nice block by McNamara there. McNamara with Scarborough breaking. Here they go. Scarborough and Latham headed to the net. Leaves it for McNamara. Wrist shot. Oh, Reeses didn't know he had it, but he made the save. Scarborough with a rebound. Covered up by Reeses near side.
Oh, what a shift by Teddy McNamara. And boy, did Reeses come up large there. 2-2 game. It looked like St. John's Prep was going to get the go-ahead goal as McNamara just had a head full of steam and 3 players coming up ice, 3-on-2, and you got to give credit there to the back check again of Malden Catholic, able to at least get in the way of the trailer.
Boy, did Reeses hold his ground there too. Nice play by Scarborough too. Edson now sends it in deep. Scarborough first on it to Latham, a shot saved by Reeses near side. Harrington up to White, who takes a hit from Murray but gets it out. Edson retreats, forecheck by Botticelli there. Banks it off the boards to Murray, quickly up the boards looking for Falter. Falter over the line, and Scarborough couldn't stay on side.
Well, the Malden Catholic bench might have won that whistle because it looked like his skate was still on the blue line there, but they're going to call him offsides. Ref was right on the blue line, so he saw it. 1:07 remaining, Paul. 2-2. What a game.
You want him to be in position. Philippe doesn't even know he's dropping the puck there, and he has something to say as Falter wins it back. Shula now circles back to Yanakopoulos. Yanakopoulos over to Shula. Shula up on the wing for Witkowski. He's over the line, redirects it in. Murray has to go back for the Prep to get it. Murray now will counter the play and get it over to Edson. Edson just flips it out, but Philippe lurking, and now here comes the Prep 3-on-3. Hentosh sends it in deep right wing corner for Lynch. Lynch behind the net for Hentosh, intercepted by Witkowski. Hentosh with it, and back to get it is Philippe. We're down to 30 seconds to go. Philippe through center ice over to Goldstein, looking for Philippe on the return pass. Can't connect. Witkowski with the support. Backhand to Goldstein. Philippe
what
on
a
the rebound.
save.
No goal.
No goal. No. Martin made the save. Philippe slammed into Martin, and the puck went in the net. Philippe's going to argue it, but Martin made the save and was trying to control the rebound, and there was definitely contact in the crease. We'll be able to see the replay here coming up, Paul, but tough break for Philippe, but Martin did have control, was holding his ground. And
get to see it again here as Goldstein tried to get Philippe. Good support by Witkowski. Goldstein picks it up. Martin makes the save. It's loose, and Philippe got it in the net, but they're not going to call it.
They're going to. Well, they're calling a timeout. I don't know why the faceoff is inside the zone.
Maybe it was that they just thought the play was over and he blew the whistle, but it was definitely loose. Philippe put it in, but I think they're going to give Martin the benefit of the doubt for tying it up. I mean, what a play by Goldstein to follow up and get it there. And Martin made a great play to make the save on Goldstein, but how do you leave a guy like Matt Philippe alone there on the post?
I think everybody was scrambling for that loose puck and saw the rush, and Philippe never misses an opportunity, and like you said, he put it in the back of the net, but I thought they were calling the contact between Philippe and the goaltender there, Martin, and
but then
that's why they waved it off. But yeah, you're right.
Or legally they could call a penalty.
Right.
But sometimes it's a hard question to determine whether the momentum. If you're going for the puck and you hit the goalie, sometimes the officials will give you the benefit of the doubt there. It's not interference, but anytime you touch that goaltender in the crease, by the book, it's interference. Or
the faceoff should certainly be outside the line if that's what they called. So maybe like you said, maybe they just called that Martin had control, and that's where they saw it. But clearly looked like the puck was loose.
Huge face-off here as Philippe is out there now with Goldstein and Witkowski and Lawrence and Harrington. No surprise that those five are out there in blue. And for the Prep, they're going to counter with the guys up front, Scarborough, McNamara, and Latham, their senior trio, and Murray and Edson.
Yeah, McNamara, the senior captain, having a great game, Paul. Here we go with the face-off to the right of Martin.
Yeah, Latham on the draw with Philippe. Latham able to control it to Murray. They get it behind the net and quickly up to McNamara. He's got Scarborough, but he can't control it up on the boards. Harrington back with it, 12 seconds now. Harrington circles, goes behind the net for Lawrence, down to 7 seconds. They get it up the boards. Edson will just throw it in, and time will run out here on a fantastic hockey game. It's going to end in a 2-2 tie. What a game, Mark.
Yeah, terrific game, Paul. We thought coming into this one that the Eagles and the Lancers would match up well. Obviously, the Lancers keep their undefeated season alive. Second tie of the season for them in league play, of course. And St. John's Prep going to go to 8-4-1, and a big, big point for them, Paul.
Absolutely. I mean, we said early in the year, I didn't think any Catholic Conference team would get through things without a loss, saying without a loss, and nobody would get through the season without winning a game as well. So it looks like MC's still undefeated, and every team in the league does have a win now. So, this would have been an unbelievable win for the Prep, but you know what? It's an unbelievable tie at this point in the season.
It is, and they were up 2-0 early in the game, and then saw it go to 2-1 after the second period, and then of course, MC keeps coming, tied at 2-2. But boy, St. John's Prep had a couple of opportunities there towards the end of the third period, and of course, MC getting a great opportunity there on that loose puck, and Philippe thinking that he had it. He's, as you pointed out, talking to the official right now, but
I think Matt Philippe's actually asking the official where his point of view was, where he was standing, and how he could blow the whistle standing in the right wing corner when the play was on the left wing post. But
yeah, Coach McLean calling him over, but I think it was a good conversation with Philippe and the official there. And
Matt Philippe is an unbelievable hockey player, and he had both MC goals. He had the third MC goal that was called back,
right?
And it's I would say a toss-up between Kyle Martin and Matt Philippe for player of the game, because Kyle Martin was phenomenal. His counterpart Alex Reese has played a darn good game for MC as well, and certainly there were Prep guys that played well. Scarborough with a couple of points. Their line played well, and heads up, and the Prep defense played very well. But and we mentioned Will Lawrence a number of times, a strong game for MC. But between Kyle Martin and Matt Philippe, I mean, they're your two stars of the game today.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Philippe with the 2 goals, could have been 3 goals, as you said, towards the end of there, and they really needed everything they could get out of him today. The team just didn't. They came out a little sluggish, and they just never really seemed to hit stride in this one. And give credit to St. John's, though.
Absolutely.
St. John's Prep.
They played a smart game. I mean, all along for anybody to skate with MC or Cathedral or BC High, you have to play a smart game, and the Prep was right on it today, and they took everything MC could throw at them. And for MC, they'll be frustrated, but guess what? It's a Catholic Conference, and these things happen.
Yeah, Catholic Conference game, another tie for them. Certainly, no reason for them to be disappointed as they remain undefeated. I mean, you're on the road, you're coming into a kind of a hostile environment. I mean, the place was banged out. I mean, everybody was there. Big game, early in the afternoon here, 2:30 in the afternoon, and St. John's Prep played the game they wanted to play, and just shows you how good Malden Catholic is. That Malden Catholic was able to skate away with a 2-2 tie, and I don't think either coach, well, I won't say either coach is disappointed because we know both coaches like to win, and I'm sure Coach McLean wanted the W there, but, you know, leaving here with a tie isn't so bad the way they played.
Yeah, and both of these teams now, weather permitting, MC's got Bishop Girton coming in Monday to Malden, and then they face Central Catholic on Wednesday, and next Saturday I think they've got a makeup with Bishop Hendricken, and for St. John's Prep, I think they've got a non-league game during the week, and then they've got Austin Prep and Arlington Catholic coming up. I know it's AC next Saturday, and you know, I'm pretty sure their schedule is almost done in conference. They've got CM on the 14th, 2 weeks from today, but I think the rest of their league schedule is done, and for MC, I think the only league game left is BC High.
Yeah, and as you said, a big point, because BC High does have two games in hand. I think BC High has played 2 fewer division games right now, so that'll at least put St. John's Prep a point up ahead of BC High and Catholic Memorial, technically in second place, and a good spot for them, a good position for them this late into the season. And you know, they played 9-9 last year or whatever, heading into the tournament, and you know, I think they're going to make some noise. I mean, a lot of people got to pay attention to this team.
Yeah, exactly. And this year, like we've said a number of times, there's 3 teams that everybody says those are the teams you got to peg for. But 4 through 15 is up for grabs, and St. John's playing some strong hockey to make their case for being among those teams that are selected in that Super 8, and certainly the games with Austin Prep and Arlington Catholic coming up, and they've got Braintree High too down the road, and you know, those are good opportunities for St. John's to post. You know, coach would be upset if we said this, but getting ahead of themselves, but to get to the 11 or 12 win mark. And that's a darn good record given the schedule they play. And, of course, MC wants to get through things undefeated. And, you know, they can't look past any of those games this week with Hendricken coming in next Saturday and the big BC High rematch on Tuesday the 10th in the makeup game at Malden.
Yeah, and, you know, MC 16-4-0 last year, coming in to the tournament as the 2 seed in that one. And then, of course, skating off to their 3rd state championship in a row, so looking for number 4 this year, and
I think,
you know,
I think
well on their way.
And they're looking for 5.
Yeah, 4 looking for 5. Sorry, you're right, and you know, well on their way to you know, a solid ranking in the you know, Super 8 when that comes out. But you know, you don't want to look too far ahead, and hopefully they get John McLean back soon.
John McLean, and also we hope Justin Collins is okay. He had to leave the game in the 3rd period, shaken up, but hopefully it was just the wind knocked out of him. You know, nobody wants anything to happen, but when you hope it's nothing permanent that's going to keep him out. And you know, he's had a real good year for Malden Catholic number 10, Justin Collins. So we hope he's okay and ready to go on Monday night.
Great. Well, again, coming to you live here from Restuccio Memorial Arena here in Wilmington. Just a great game. We knew we were going to have one at the end of regulation. Lancers 2 and Eagles 2. So they skate to a nice tie.
And we thank, of course, the Book 16 and Dr. Peter Drennan and Sullivan Tire, the Friends of Malden Catholic Hockey, who have been very supportive the last couple of years, and we thank them. Malden Catholic Zavarian Brothers sponsored school, as is St. John's Prep, and 2 fine institutions of learning, and you know, always a barn burner when they get together. And we thank those guys, as well as iSlides.com, and of course Stereo Video. You ever want a game done, you know where to call. Pat Serio, SterioVideo.com.
Yeah, and speaking of which, I know Marissa Sullivan's been sending out some emails pretty actively here over the past couple of days, but our schedule is starting to fill up. Honestly, if you want us to come out and stream one of your games, contact Marissa. That's msullivan at MyHockeyLlive.com. You can see the schedule right up there on the homepage of the games that are coming up. A lot of big tournaments. We'll be down in Falmouth for that one. Coach Paul Moore down there at Falmouth hosting a big tournament at the end of
the Buddy Ferrara Classic.
The Buddy Ferrara Classic.
Always a good way to wrap up the regular season.
Always excited to be a part of that. This will be at least our 3rd year down there anyway, I think. So I know Pat loves that trek, especially when it snows. So Stereo Video will be there, hopefully in his new hot rod, as he's been talking about getting a new car. So we'll see you all again within couple of days here, February 2nd, right around the corner. So again, signing off, Mark Igo, Paul McNamara.
Thanks for being with us, and go see a high school hockey game today. And if you can't, tune into MyHockeyLlive.com.